Sue.
I'll get text Russell, he'd know in a heartbeat.
Damn.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna get started. I think Ben just pulled in, so we can get started. So first off, in the workshop, thanks everybody for coming tonight. So we'll get started with the workshop. Okay, everybody get a chance to look at the budget modifications? Everybody good with them?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. We're waiting for this number 2 until Ben comes in. Oh, no, number 2, the public hearing for the property maintenance code. So, let's see, this is him. So Ben worked up that property maintenance code to do about unkept properties like mowing and garbage and everything like that. So, we're gonna start that public hearing tonight and see what the public has to say about it, so. Next is a due process hearing for 20 Old Turnpike Road for unsafe building. We let them talk now and
No, let's do,
that's too late.
later, yeah, at the regular meeting.
Okay, this is left over from last month because they didn't get any time with notice, so we'll do that in a regular part. Next is the resignation from the MLDC. Katrina Walensky. We just put her on last year, but she's having another child and it's very hard for her to make time. So she resigned. The MLDC is gonna contact us with some more names that they're interested in. And then we'll go from there about putting somebody else in new. Next in the workshop is the door fobs at the park. I've mentioned this to you guys before about trying to get a little bit more safety wise at the park with them not getting in the buildings early and not staying late. So the fobs have given us a little bit more flexibility and, we're able to keep things a little bit tighter, with letting people in. So, we got that price come in at $12,785 for the 2 buildings.
785.
12,785. All right,
Mike, what
And-
do we rent the buildings out for again? What's like, do you know?
of course, you're gonna ask me that.
I just honestly,
So I know the down payment's 300, you get that back at the end. I think it's 350 for the main building, it's 500 for a non-resident. The drama building's 225, and I think it's 350 for the drama building for non-residents. And then all the pavilions are 150 for the weekend, which that had nothing to do with,
with these,
fobs.
yeah, that has nothing to do with.
So,
Just, I'll be honest, I think it's just a lot of money for the buildings, and I understand the security and everything, I just.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Have we looked at other options or other companies?
well, only because we've dealt with P&N because of this building. That's who we went with. We already had the system on our computer. So we'd be able to control everything from our computers here. So, and if somebody got stuck or something where it didn't work, Brittany has the capabilities of putting all that stuff in there. All right, so Brittany gave me the lowdown on that. So it's 250 for the kitchen building, which is for residents. It's 450 for non-residents, 200 for the drama, and 350 for non-residents. All right, and its deposit is 300 for residents and 500 for non-residents. So just in case, they ruin it and stuff like that.
Yeah, they ruined some.
So, they are rented just about every weekend. All 3 buildings or all 3 days, both buildings. So Like I said, just give us a little bit more security and stuff like that. And heaven forbid we lose keys. The fobs aren't such a big deal. We have so many of them when they give them to us.
Is that a one-time fee and it's good until they don't work anymore? Or
What, the fobs?
the 12,000?
Yeah, no, that's a one-time fee. That's a whole setup of all the door locks, the system, and being able to get it over to our system.
Comes with a warranty?
Yeah.
So Mike, so I understand it. So if I rent it Friday night, Brittany can program, so 4 PM, my fob will work at 4 PM.
Yeah.
And it won't work after whatever the time is.
Right.
And the
Usually
next person will be programmed for Saturday,
at 6 a.m.
so we can control who's in and out of there.
Right.
Okay.
We have a lot of issues now with people, if they don't see anybody there on Friday night, they go in there early and then they're using it and, we've had, then they almost get it for 2 days then and they're only rented it for one. So,
So the only issue that immediately pops in my head is the person, so I assume it ends at like midnight is normally our time.
Yeah.
Is the person that's cleaning up and it's 12:01 and the door closes and they still have half their stuff in.
well, we give them a sheet that they have to go by.
Okay.
So, they know they have to be out by a certain time and they have to make sure everything's clean. Otherwise they lose their deposit and our guys go in first thing in the morning
To check.
to check. They're there by 7:30 usually on the next morning, Saturday and Sunday. So if there's any issues, we always have a guy on.
And we'll also know who's in and out because those fobs are assigned,
Yes.
and so it will protect us if there is damage or whatever, they can't, we know when they've closed the doors. Is that how it works?
Yes. And the other thing too, with the keys, you always get somebody that they have the keys for the whole weekend. So who's to say that somebody comes in that rented a Friday night and they decide to go, they forgot something and people's got stuff in there, they get kind of mad that people stopped or,
Make a duplicate?
Oh, I agree there. Trust me, I'm not arguing that point.
Right.
So it's, I get it, the cost,
It's just
the math,
For,
the math.
two, you know what I mean, for 4 doors or whatever it is, you know what I mean, 5 doors.
Yeah. Technology ain't cheap anymore.
I just
I found out about everything. lately.
kill it, you know what I mean?
So we can talk about this more if you're not ready for it, we'll see how it goes.
So we would
Any
have,
other-
so quick math is if we were getting average of $300, we'd have to rent it 43 times to pay for the fobs. 43 nights.
One room.
Well, I'm just saying an average 43 times you would pay for the fobs. Right.
So,
Okay.
like I said, for me, that door fobs ended up being a great thing here.
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna be a great thing there and it's even gonna work, everybody has keys everywhere and it's, eventually I'd like it to get out to Meek too. Where we have capabilities of watching who goes in, who goes out, stuff like that. So. We'll move on to number 6, the internet and phone at the park. Be able to switch everything over to Spectrum. It's a better system, a lot better Wi-Fi. With the new cameras, it gives us a little bit more power for the new cameras to be able to see them here. So, actually the new cameras went up on the building on Monday, so they're all set. So we just have to come up with the internet. Brittany sent that to everybody, so everybody should have that, the fees for the Spectrum. I have it here if anybody didn't get a chance to look at it. Any questions on that stuff, guys? No? All right. Next is a letter of support for the Sullivan County O&W Trail Association. We sent this out last week. Actually, Ben went over it.
I think there's update on today, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ben actually went through it and updated it, so. So they're just looking for more money to do projects along the O and W Trail in Sullivan County. None of them really have anything to do with us except for, there's some future between Summitville and Mountain Dale that the O and W Trail might cross some roads, but they're not part of the town's property, so it'd be still county, but. So like I said, they sent us this letter. It doesn't have to be in until the 10th. So I got it on the meeting, so it wasn't a surprise.
Sounds like they got a lot of, state and federal money coming in to help.
Yeah,
And that sounds like a pretty neat project.
yeah, no, it's a pretty big project. 50 miles.
Yes.
Little trails. So, anybody have any questions on that? Okay, next is the pool pass fees. So. I don't know if anybody got a chance to look at some of the Facebook pictures that we put up. The pool is ready. We're just waiting on the Board of Health. It's probably sitting on somebody's desk right now, but the pool is ready to go. So it looks beautiful. If you happen to go on our Facebook page, Brittany posted a picture and it's beautiful. So we're just waiting on that and then we can have an opening date. But the only fees that we raised was a non-resident fees for a season pass. So we went from 200 to 250 and we went from 450 to 500 for non-residents. We kept the residents the same, we'd rather keep it for our residents to, use them the most. And then the day passes we're going to stay the same for now, but anybody have any questions on that?
No, it's a good thing to hold the cost for the residents.
Residents, yeah. Yeah, and actually Chris gave me this, and we're right in line with some of the non-resident fees for like Montgomery and stuff like that, so. We're pretty close. Well, they're eventually gonna come up too, but like I said, I see we're pretty close, so.
Costs a lot of money.
Yeah, well, the pool costs a lot of money, so. All right, so we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're gonna start out with the due process hearing of 20 Old Turnpike Road for an unsafe building. You guys, if you want to come up
Are you-
and state your case.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Moishi Spillman. So I came,
Could you repeat your name, please?
my name is Moishi Spillman. I'm not the owner of the property, but he gave me a letter that he gave me permission to come down on behalf of him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but would you mind spelling your last name so we can get that?
Spillman, Spilman.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm actually a contractor and I'm doing construction for his projects. So he received this letter, so he called down an engineer. His name is Michael Kalisa. And he gave him a letter with some minor things we have to do, but he wrote that the property is safe, the house is safe to keep it. We just have some minor things like fixing some plywood and some stuff, and then it will be fully safe, but nothing that it should be a problem with the structure.
I'm sorry to interrupt again. What's the name of the engineer?
Engineer is Michael Kalise. It's spelled, the last name is spelled Calise.
And you say he provided a letter?
He provided a letter.
Do you have a copy of that?
I have a copy, one copy.
We can make a copy so you can keep one.
Well, would you have any times that you're like, do you have a time limit when you're gonna get started on this? Cause it's been violated for years.
Yeah, as soon we get a permit to get this done, work done, we can do it right away.
Okay. Like what are you talking right away? You're talking a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, we can start it in the next few days and having it done in a month.
All right, because like I said, the building department sent you, it's been years that it's been in violation. So that's why we brought it to this thing, because our engineer thinks it's unsafe. So that's where we went with this.
Yeah, since the current property owner has owned it, which was in July of 2019 when they purchased, there's been 11 violation notices issued and no response at all.
Yeah.
To any of those violations.
Mm,
That's all in the
I'm not
report that
sure.
we gave.
I'm not sure if it's now the same owner.
Who's the current owner? What's the name of the,
The name of the current owner is Beryl Rosenbaum.
okay, that's the name that we have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so I was reading this. They said they're gonna get started next week.
But they said as long as they get a permit. Yeah, they have to come in and see Mary and get a permit.
And what are you gonna, is that to,
You got to show all the work from your engineer and everything else. So
is that a permit to demolish the building or a permit
No,
to
no, he
renovate?
wants to keep the
reconstruct?
building for a single family house and just to renovate it. So
Have you
the
seen
first
the
thing
building?
definitely is gonna do to fix the things the engineer wrote on the letter that it has to be fixed immediately. And then he's just gonna redo a new kitchen and stuff, new sheetrock.
So when are you submitting this building permit application?
If he submitted the building application already, I'm not sure where he is in the process.
You
well,
think-
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Mike. Go.
We just don't want to keep going around with this. We've with 11 violations and nobody's ever contacted us. We're not going to say, go ahead and do it. And then we don't hear from you for 2 more months. Then the board will be making a decision to decide what we're going to do with the building. Then.
Hi, my name is Moshe Landau. He's my brother-in-law. He couldn't make it because he had an emergency. He didn't give me all the story, but as much I heard in the past years, whatever he tried to do, he was getting blocked. So he was always trying. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure where he's holding right now. He asked me to come down and make sure he is willing to do whatever it's appropriate, the same as any other guy would do. And he was unable to get a permit within normal limits as anybody else. And as soon as he has the permits, he will definitely do what's appropriate. So I'm not sure.
Well, like I said, we haven't had anybody approach the building department about permits. So
This is actually going on years with, this was a 3-family something they took away from him. And he was trying to fight this, and then he was struggling a lot with this.
well, it was
So,
never,
He believes it's unfair, but
Right.
he settled down, okay, let's do one. But whatever he does, he has obstacles, which he do believe anyone else didn't have.
well, it wasn't zoned as a 3-family. It was never zoned as a 3-family. So if he bought it that way,
He bought that.
he was whoever sold it to him, they didn't do a municipal.
Fine, this is not the argument now.
No, no,
but he
but I'm-
said, he committed, if he gets a permit, he wants to get a permit. He will do whatever it's appropriate to do.
He needs to submit building plans, signed by an architect in order to get a building permit.
Whatever makes sense to do, he will do. Not say,
Well, we're as a board, I think we should give you a time limit to make sure that this gets going.
okay,
Yeah, this
but give some fair time and we'll definitely work on it.
Okay. Like I said, what does the board feel?
I mean, you should see some paperwork in the next 30 days.
At most, yeah, okay, good.
It may take time to get some of the permits together, but we would need to see definitive action that you're working with
Absolutely.
an architect to get the plans and that you that you have an application being processed, with the building inspector.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to submit a complete building permit application, which includes the plans within 30 days from today.
That's including architect plans.
Yes.
Like if he doesn't have plans from the house, does he need to take an as-built even he doesn't do any changes to the structure?
Well, he has to because it's, you guys think it's a 3-family or what he bought it as, and it's not. So he can't have 3 families in there.
Uh-huh.
No, that was not the case.
Right.
Now,
That was the case in the beginning that he wanted, he said, what he's saying is that when before he bought the property, he called into the town and asked if it's a 3-family, and the lady answered that it's not a 5, it's a 3-family. So he was sure, oh, okay, I didn't know something about 5-family, but he said, yes, it's a 3-family.
All right, but again, we're past that. Only a single family residence is allowed.
Okay. Okay, so again, let me just go over. So you want in the next 30 days, we should come with for a permit, apply for a permit, and that should include architectural plans.
when you apply for a permit, you need to print out.
Correct, yes.
They want architect plans, yeah.
Yes. That's required by everybody in New York
Because
State.
Yeah, that I guess because it's getting changed from a 3-family to a 1-family, that's why it needs to be architect plans, right?
No,
I know just for renovation.
Any work that you do, you gotta have architect plans, because the building is gutted. There's nothing inside of it. So, I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, we have pictures of, it's gutted inside. So you have to redo the whole thing.
Okay.
It's just not, there's not walls inside, it's been gutted. So it's almost like start from scratch. We've taken a look at it, I know where it is. I've been by it. So, and we have pictures from the building department and our engineer. So there's a lot of work to it. It can't be as is kind of thing. It has to be a structural engineer that has to look at everything and make sure it's structurally sound.
Okay, makes sense to us.
Have the violation been paid? Be fines?
Now, it hasn't been
I
a
don't
court.
think so.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the board.
Make a motion.
Yeah, I think we should.
So can I get a motion
To allow them to proceed
for 30 days?
A motion to allow you to proceed with building, building plans, with drawing a full set of building plans. And be allowed to do that, and if we don't get a response in those 30 days, that all it's gonna have to be stopped. And
Must be submitted to the building department, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess successfully obtain a building permit.
Right.
So you got 30 days.
Again, that might take some time, but.
Well, we're giving you,
So,
Put in the
have
application.
start the work.
right. We're giving you 30 days, but if we don't hear from you 30 days,
Yeah, you can add.
To give them
Like you
for-
said,
for
you mentioned
review.
something, get a permit.
right.
When you send a permit, it might take
Yeah,
longer.
yeah, we don't know how long it's gonna take to get the approval.
Well, we will work on it, you're gonna hear from us.
I don't think anybody's trying to put any kind of an undue burden on you. I think it's the fact that it's been ongoing for about 6 years. We really need to see action and, and not have this drag out any further. I think that's really all we're doing is following the same rules as everybody else, but making sure that something's going to happen.
I will second the motion.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Well, hopefully we'll hear from you soon.
Yes.
Should make them one copy of that.
Hang on one second. We'll get you want a copy of that letter back?
No, I have it.
Oh, we'll keep it?
You can keep it.
Okay, fine.
Because
Thank
our
you.
clerk went to make a copy.
I'll take the other copy.
Okay.
All right. So next is the public hearing for property management code. Anybody have any comments on that? That would like to get up and speak? No. This is mainly for, like I said, unkept properties, the lawn being high, garbage. And then some of the bigger projects that'll come along. That need bigger things done, like people having fill in their yard that's not supposed to be there. you know, we have to bid it out and stuff like that, so. This is some of the things with this law that Ben wrote up and that we're gonna start getting on. Nobody? All right. Brittany, do you have anybody for the public comment for that?
I do not.
Okay. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing for the property
Motion.
maintenance codes?
Motion to close the public hearing for the property maintenance code.
Second.
John Rutherford, Tyler, second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, any public comment? 3 minutes each individual regarding anything on a work session? No? Everybody quiet tonight. All right, Brittany, you got anything for that?
I do not.
Okay. Moving right along. So highway superintendent report.
All right, I have the monthly report for May of 2024. Road improvement work, there was 600 man hours spent on that during the month. Blacktop, 360 man hours on about 15 different projects. Mowing, brush and tree removal, 420 man hours. Ditch cleaning, 170 man hours. Sweeping of our roads, expended 130 man hours. And about 40 hours for a cold mix. Miscellaneous town park, remove old asphalt from tennis court. Fill sinkhole on the bridge, Fry and Pleasant Valley Roads, 518. And hauled crusher run in Surge Stone for the month. That's what we got.
Okay, thanks, John. Next, supervisor's report. Just have a couple. Oop, bless you. Just got a couple of things. This weekend is the dedication for Dennis Greenwald, the bench that we got for him. In his memory, we planted a tree. The whole family's coming up this weekend. It should be a good time. It's not gonna be long, but we'll all be here. If anybody would like to stop by, pay their respects to the family. Dennis was a supervisor for 20 years. He did a lot for this town. This building was built when he was here. The highway department barn down in the back was built. So a lot of things he did good for the town in those 20 years. So anybody around want to pay their respect, greatly appreciated on Saturday at noon. Next is the pool looks great. I already kind of mentioned that. So that's, you know, it was a long time coming, but now that the warm weather comes, hopefully everybody will come and get in the pool. Another thing, me and Tommy met with the Basher-Kill Association, some of the members and some other people about the roadway on Havens Road. Everything went smooth. We talked about something we're going to keep an eye on for the future. Tommy's probably going to use a different mower down there. So at least when the meeting was done, it worked out good. Everybody was happy. So, so hopefully next year it won't be an issue. And then the other thing too, I just wanted to bring up, I like to do a special thanks to Matt. He's been working his butt off on this one at 14 exit thing with the state and the federal government and business owners and the town and the village. Just want to thank Matt. He's really doing a great job with this, and we got some things going.
Nice job, Matt.
We still have a lot of things still going, but like I said, he's worked really hard to getting this thing going. So thanks, Matt.
It's been tremendous public support.
Yeah, a lot of, in 1 week, we had over 35,000 or 3,500 signatures.
And those were FedEx up to the Federal Highway Administration and the New York State Department of Transportation. I just want to thank everybody involved, all their enthusiasm, the merchants on Sullivan Street, many residents. Thank you. The outpouring of support was tremendous. The town really gets it, how important this exit is for the commerce on Sullivan Street. and also the response time of our first responders and the safety of our residents on our local roads that this traffic would be pushed onto if the exit is closed. And we have a meeting scheduled for June 28th. And we're in the process of organizing it. This just came about recently. And I look forward to meeting everybody, and I got to take them at their word, you know, that they're there to listen to us, and hopefully that's sincere, and we can move forward with saving our exit 114. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, that's all I have on my supervisor's report. So we'll move on to the abstract, 2024 abstract number 11, $134,446.10. Can I get a motion?
Motion to accept the abstract.
Motion by Peter.
Second.
Second by Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The financial reports, everybody got a chance to look at them.
Yes.
Motion to accept the financial reports.
Motion by John Roofer,
Second.
second by Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, approval of the minutes from 5/21/24.
Motion.
Motion by Matt,
Second.
second by Tyler, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. To the resolutions, A, approve the budget modifications.
Motion.
Motion by Gary,
Second.
second by Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Approved amendment to the property maintenance code.
Motion.
Motion by Peter,
Second.
second by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Just a little side note with that, for like mowing, there is a due process. They're not gonna have to come to this meeting. What we'll do is send a 7-day notice out to somebody. They'll have 7 days to contact us, and then me and Peter will give them their due process depending on what their circumstances are. And then, you know, if there's a hardship or something, we feel that, you know, we can give them a little bit more time, we will, but if it, you know, repeat customer all the time, never does his lawn or always has garbage, we'll be sending somebody out to his property to clean it up, and then it'll be put on his taxes. So just kind of give the public a little bit more insight on that. Okay, determination on 20 Old Wilson Gap Road for unsafe building. We kind of did this already. So accept resignation of Katrina Wolinski from the MLDC.
Motion.
Motion by Matt,
Second.
second by Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, approve P and M alarm installation for electronic door fobs system at the kitchen and drama building at the park for $12,785.
Yeah,
Yeah, can we table that, for the next meeting?
yeah,
Want to do a little bit more research on it?
Do a little more.
please.
Okay. The board's good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so E will hold off on for now. F is approve Spectrum agreement for internet and phone at the town park to replace Frontier service with a current recurring monthly charge of $264.98 and a one-time installation fee of $124.
Motion to accept.
Motion by Peter,
Second.
second by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Approve letter of support for the Sullivan County O&W Rail Trail.
Motion.
Motion by Gary,
Second.
second by Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and the last one, approve pool pass fees, the increase on non-residents.
Let's pay for that longer.
Motion.
Motion by Tyler,
Second.
second by Peter, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, off to committee reports. We got a couple.
I got the Parks and Rec. As you stated, Mike, pool's ready. We're just waiting on the Department of Health permit. Also, the Parks and Rec was able to acquire a grant for $9,500 from the Sullivan County Youth Board for scholarships for needy families. And also camp registration is going great. And I have friends that are interested in that. Pickleball courts are waiting to be paved along with the road to the pool, so any day now, right?
Yep.
All right.
And actually, the highway department was a big help today. They went, leveled everything, they graded the road up to the pool. And we're just waiting. Actually, I reached out to the town of Walk Hill. They have a paver. So they're gonna pave it for us. And then you know, all we have to do is pay for the blacktop. So
That's
Nice.
it's a win for all of us. And then we'll have to bid out the painting of the lines for the pickleball court. We'll have to bid that out, but I gotta wait to see when a blacktop gets done. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks. So.
And that's it for the Parks and Rec.
Thank you. Matt, I left you Meek.
All right. I received a report from Jackie Broder. We'll start off with the Meek numbers. April through May, we had 791 visitors. This is a 32% increase from last year at this time. This does not include the approximately 150 people we connected with through outreach at College Earth Day events and the Village Spring Fling. Once again, we are able to handle increased visitors, programs, and outreach due to our increased staff. With increased programming comes increased revenue. We have been able to make parentheses and exceed our yearly budget of $5,000 already this year. In the past, it has taken us the whole year to achieve this goal. These numbers are, in part, due to the Friends of Meek's most successful festival to date. Our Fairy Festival brought in well over 200 people, a new record. It was a magical day of families wandering through the woods, building fairy houses, dancing and participating in the music making, chasing bubbles, and more. We hope you'll check out the beautiful pictures on our Facebook page of winged children playing on the grounds of Meek. It was truly a special day that we will repeat in the future. We hope you'll check out our upcoming programs, including our Nature Tots program and our summer day camp. The first week of camp is full. The week of July 15th through 19th for 7 to 10-year-olds has a couple of spots left. We've also added a third week, August 19th through the 23rd for 6 to 9-year-olds. This is also filling up fast, so give us a call quickly if interested. Other programs include Fern Walk with Richard Mandelbaum, Saturday, June 15th, 1 to 3 p.m. Solstice Paddle with Richard Mandelbaum, Thursday, June 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. Sunflowers, Saturday, June 22nd, 10 to 11:30 a.m. Native Plant Sale, Saturday, June 22nd, noon to 2:30 p.m. Please check out our Facebook page for more details on or the town website. You can also see all of our events on the new Friends of the Meek webpage. Find it at friendsofmeek.org or call 845-644-5014. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. Anybody else have any other announcements?
I do, Mike, and I hate reading these because we had 19 loose dogs this month. The good news is 18 of them were returned, but one of them had to be brought to Port Jervis Humane Society, and that's from Vicky. And that's it.
Okay. We are working on trying to work with the dog control officer too, about maybe getting some kennels here. We're working on that with other townships to see what we can do. We have a spot. It's just something that takes a little time because the state has a lot of requirements. So something we're working on. Anybody else?
I have an update on the improvements we're trying to make with the runaway vehicles or whatever coming down the mountain. I asked legislator Nick Salamone to give me an update on what the county's been doing. I got a letter from Mr. McAndrew, the commissioner of DPW for Sullivan County. I'll paraphrase the letter instead of reading the whole thing. I can make it available if anybody wants to see it. Since the resolution was passed back in, I think it was March, the DPW will be installing hill signage at 2 locations on County 172 which is the Wardsboro Mountain Road. The UFPO required markouts, not sure what that is, have been scheduled and should be completed this week. I guess that's where they're going to put them. At the same time, the DPW sign shop is fabricating the signs. The first sign location will be located to the west of County Route 166A, which I think is K-Line Bridge Road. So to the west of K-Line Bridge Road will be one hill sign. The location will offer traffic the opportunity to enter State Route 17 rather than proceeding down County Route 172. The second location will be further down County Route 172 to reinforce the fact that the hill is continuing. That's paraphrasing the letter. There's some more stuff in here. But at least there's some progress. I can give you the dimensions of the sign if you want to see me afterwards. Big orange signs that'll say hill. So I think if they put 2 signs in, that'll be a total of 3. So we're getting some progress. So I'm happy with that.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
And then I got one other announcement. Me and Peter talked about it this past week. After our next meeting, which is on the 18th, we have a whole month in between because of the holiday. But we are going to put together a workshop for the short-term rentals and get back to that. We did get, I sent it to everybody today. I did get some information about another township that just did it, and they sent me their stuff. So, we're gonna get started working on that again. So, we kind of set it off to the side a little bit because we were waiting for the county to give us some insight. Well, that's not really happening. So, me and Peter talked about it this week. We're gonna kind of start getting things going again and see where we can come up with some ideas and get the things going. Anybody else have any announcements or comments, committee reports?
I have one more, Mike. I almost forgot, and I forgot last meeting. I have a ward meeting tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Bloomingburg Village Hall. Everyone's welcome if anyone wants to come talk. Nick Salamone actually might be there. He wasn't sure if he could make it. He said he had another county function, but he was going to try and swing in. So if anyone has any questions, by all means, come by.
Okay, Tyler, thank you. Okay, next is public comment, 3 minutes each individual for any new business that anybody has for us.
On behalf of the town board,
Speaking to
my family would like to thank you for refurbishing the kitchen at the park. 2 of them used to work at a venue. They both commented on your kitchen. They both said that it was awesome. So I want to thank you all.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, honey.
That is a nice kitchen.
Anybody else have something? Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, I went to the planning board, Town of Crawford. 3 board members, 1 building inspector, and 1 attorney, total of 5 people there. Why is it, I brought this up before, nothing gets done about it. We have a town, our planning board has 9 members. The attorney, the planner, the engineer, and the stenographer, 13 people. Why? Every time someone comes before that board, they have to pay. The Supreme Court of the United States of America has 9 people on it to referee 300 and some million people in this country. 9 of them. Why in the world do we need 9 here in Mammoth? Has anybody got any thoughts on that? Or is it just going to go nowhere?
Well, I'll answer one thing. I know I've talked to Lori. we're gonna keep an eye on, as far as the professionals are concerned, if they're not needed, they're not gonna come anymore. So we are trying to work that out. So, and I don't really know why there's 9 total, because that was their. Huh?
Are there 9 board members?
Well, there's 7 board
Oh, and 2 alternates.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, it is a big board.
This
It's
board
more than
has
us.
7 members.
Huh?
This board has 7 members.
Yeah.
Mike was absent a couple meetings ago. He's on vacation. John got hurt. That left 5 board members to fill in. Peter took over and business kept going. We didn't have 18 or 20 people sitting around like we do on his planning board. I'm exaggerating that number, but it's annoying to see 9 board members, total of 13 people here. Really? How did Crawford get away with 3, total of 5 people, including the attorney? Their business went on. They had 2 public hearings. That's what I was there for. Doesn't make sense.
Thanks, Chris. Go ahead.
Well, the Supreme Court has to deal only with the United States of America, but we have to deal with the town of Mamakating. So that's why we need the additional members. As a joke, I can see how well that went over. Our board has a lot of expertise on it. And also, these people are basically almost volunteers. They are being paid, but not a ton of money. And we've had instances where we have to have a quorum of at least 4 members, where it's gotten pretty close. So it is rare that we get all 7 members and both alternates showing up at the same time. It actually happened last Tuesday. As Mike said, we really are trying to cut down. The meeting beforehand, we realized that we only had the continuation of a public hearing. I told the consultants, you don't have to show up. I appreciate if you'd sit and listen on Zoom in case something comes up that we don't anticipate. But I think we do an excellent job. And so I'm defending my other board
Do
members.
you have any history on how many years we've had 7 members on our board?
At least as long as I've been there. So at least 2014. And again, we have a wide range of expertises, and I wouldn't want to trade anybody. We have 7 very active members, 2 great alternates, and everybody contributes. Things like, remember, we had one of the sessions for, I think, one of the camps, and they were laying out, well, here's what the roads are going to be. And Rich Dunn said, look, you got to just make sure when you give these roads names that you don't pick a name that we've already got in town. Well, the rest of us sitting up, that would have never dawned on us. Every board member's got their own specialty, and I think they all contribute. So
Thanks.
as long as I'm up here anyway, and you do have swelled heads, you know, I live on Maston Lake, and I want to thank all the people that were involved. We had a very serious fire last week. All the people that were involved to make sure that it wasn't any worse than it already was. So thank you.
Thank you.
That would have been.
Go ahead, Mary Allison. Yes.
Yeah, Mary Allison Farley. I'd just comment that as a community member, I prefer having a good, diverse group of people looking at applications coming into our town. I think it's helpful. I want to hear different opinions and people with different experiences. And I mean, we could even think, Chris, that Crawford has it wrong.
Right, thank you.
Crawford does have 5 board members. There was 2 absent that night.
Go ahead, Camille.
Hi, guys. Camille O'Brien from Senator Oberacker's office. I just want to let you guys know we heard you loud and clear. We heard from your town clerk, supervisor, Mayor Cisco, the Board of Trade, and we've heard from everybody about Exit 114. We've set aside quite a bit of time next Wednesday on the senator's schedule. We're just hoping to nail down some details. I'm hoping to speak with you guys after. But as the ranker on the Senate Department of Transportation Committee, Senator Oberacker is happy to assist in any way he possibly can. So I just wanted to come here, let you guys know the senator sends his best. He actually had a great time at Spring Fling, and look forward to talking to you guys after this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe he was invited on the 28th.
Yeah, well, we haven't confirmed that yet for the 28th, the meeting on the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just planning on this next week, so.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't want to have next week, then we can push.
We
to the
could-
28th, or we can do both.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does both.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, Matt? We're vulnerable.
Absolutely.
I'll give you more information. I'll send you some information on that. For the 20.
Well, because you know what, with the, was it 2, 3 years ago now, when, it got released, the new list that exit 114 and 115 were gonna be closed, when I worked for Senator Martucci, we did a lot of work with you guys on that. And we're able to get 115 back on the modify list. I did a lot of research on it. And I saw back in 2004, when they first announced the 86 project, there was actually a presentation here with 4 different options for what to do at exit 114 to modify it. So they already had plans, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. So what everybody's doing in the community with the signatures, I actually signed it myself online. Yeah, it's great because the only way they're going to change it is if the town shows support, if everybody's showing support, and you guys are doing a great job, and I look forward to working with you on that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anybody else have any comments?
Can I add something to
Sure, man.
what Camille touched upon?
Okay.
The I-86 conversion team is still taking comments. It's not like it's over. The comments are still being received and will still be entered into the record. And there will be some NISDOT comment sheets. I got some copies. I'm gonna leave them with Karen Barkley to have in the clerk's office. So I encourage people to keep writing comments. They're still being entered into the record and they still will make a difference. So it's not over till it's over. Keep sending those comments in. Let us be heard loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Okay, Brittany, you have anybody online?
I do not.
Okay. All right, if nobody else has anything to say, we have no executive session tonight. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Tyler,
Second.
second by Peter, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, see everybody on the 18th.